Alright, this is WWJ Whipping with Joe. Anyway, this is Sunday morning, so I thought I'd go and share this with my YouTubers. I have a lot of requests how I do the leader. So what I normally do is I go and either refer you to the 100-pound setup, and then I get some with the new in the collar, and then some for the Moy on the leader. My acronym is WWJ, is Whipping with Joe, and I call myself a simplified fisherman. So anyway, after going through all this equipment, found to one. I find which one I like and why, because it's durable, excellent performance, and whatever you want to say about it, it's all good stuff. Of course, this is a 7-foot Fenwick medium heavy HMG, lifetime warranty. They got this. I start with the 610 7-foot. And then we got the 7-foot inshore, we got the Elite Tech, we got the Power Lux, we got a lot of different rods that's coming out basically. But that's my forte, HMG 7-foot medium heavy. And I'll show you how we do this. So let's say I've got the leader right over here. This is a model here. I'm using 50-pound braid, by the way. This is my normal. For the 5,000 or 6,000 reels, I'm using 50-pound braid. And the 40 reels are 40-pound, and then the 30 are normally with mono. First of all, we're gonna make a leader here. So I use trilene 80-pound. I used to use Andy, but Andy was a little stiff, and been using it for a long time. But I went to trilene. Trilene is more supple. I normally put them on this. This is an Andy roller, but I put it on here so I can move this around versus that. So what I normally do is I'm going to show you how. This is a Papa Joe out of 53 strikes. This is Garmy 22. Developed in 2015. They had the original BBs in the first generation. I call them Prototype 1, and then the manufacturer put weight on the back end here. Anyway, so this 80-pound mono trilene. And we're going to start off with the right away. I use a Rapala loop knot. So you can see this is going to be closer. Rapala loop knot, you make a loop. Make a simple loop, like so. Make sure the tag end is maybe a little longer. The tag end goes inside here, the loop. I don't use a swivel, by the way. You can use a swivel, it's all up to you. Okay, I've done this and I don't use a swivel. Okay, you go through the circle there and go 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Goes back into the circle. Make sure it's in there, not on the top, right in the middle. Come back out and go to the other circle. Hold the tag end, which is here, and pull it tight. You can use a plier if you want to on this end. Now from here I grab the lure. Remember, I'm using a 7-foot rod now. You want to make it longer, but I prefer this size. It's about 3 feet. I extend my arm to my left, like so, and it goes to my lips, and this is where I make the knot. Okay. So that is a Rapala loop knot. Now this is a surgeon's knot. You got one here. I don't know if you can see it here. I'm going to make a loop and go to the circle twice. Once and twice. Pull it tight and you're good. Okay. Then I cut it. So there's 2 tag ends. My Swiss knife, lifetime warranty. Love these guys. Make sure you cut the right end. Sometimes I cut that end, cut it away. Okay, so this one here, you can cut this one over here. Now we've got the loose end right here. Now I'm using a power swivel. It's called a Spro swivel. You can use whatever swivel you want. I've been using this now since 2012. I don't use no lock swivel, by the way. This is all power swivel number 4, 130 pounds. I change this maybe, I don't know, quite often. You just look at them. If they look old, whatever, you replace them. So every season I just replace all, start all over. So you crimp it and you put it inside the eyelet and put it tight here. Now when you had Andy would have need a plier. to pull it because it's really a stiff line, and you gotta use a plier to pull it and make it tight. Okay, so now this is where we at. That's the lure. Okay, so all of my lures are tied that way. So when I go fishing, bring a packet just like so. This goes in my packet, my bag, and I have 3 lures. I take 1 out. The reason is because when I go to this portion here, I can put it in there. You can't bring 3 lures because there's no place to put. I mean, you can bring 3, and if you pop 1, that's 4. There's no place to fit it, so you have to put it in a bag. You don't want to do that. You want to just bring 3 lures, 1 on the rod, and if you want to switch to small game, then take it out and put it back in here. So anyway, so what I normally do is I tie it like so, and it goes in the bag. So once, all the same. This is 2. So when I take it out, I know it's 2. Okay. So again, no swivel. This is a Rapala loop knot, a surgeon's knot. Now we're going to get the braid. Okay, this is 50-pound braid. I'm using casting braid. Okay, this is called the uni knot. Get the swivel, and you're going to go right through it. Oops, we lost it. Where did it go? Okay. Right on. So right over here. Go to the eyelet, bring it out maybe 8 inches. You make a circle and a loop. Now you're gonna make sure that you go over the main line. This is the main line, the loop line. You want to make sure that there's 2. Now this is going to go back here. Book recommends 5. I go 7. Lucky 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You can use your index finger and the thumb, the index finger on this one here. So I normally hold the tag in so that you don't unravel it and pull it tightly. Make sure it's a perfect loop in here, you know. It can't be all jumbled up. So try to make it even. Make it even there. There we go. Like so. This is a uni knot. Okay? So, that's it. So, we've got it set up for big game. Alright, we got it set up for big game now. Hope you can see all this thing here. I might have go to a regular backing. So again, uni knot to the swivel, 130-pound swivel, a surgeon's knot to the swivel, 3 feet approximately, a Rapala loop knot to the lure, no swivel. Okay? So now let's say I'm finished popping. We're gonna go over small game. Okay, so let's go small game here. So we're going to put this away. So like I said, let's put this in here. Twice. Once. Twice. And like I said, this would have only 3. I would put this inside one of the open slots here. Okay, so now we're going to go over the small game. So where's my braid at? Okay, we're using same rod, same reel. Like I said, my thing is simplified. 1 rod, 1 reel, do everything. A lot of people say it can't be done. Well, I've proven that it can be done. So, that's where I'm at. More affordable. You don't have to buy 2 rods, 2 reels, or 2 setup. Okay. First thing we do is we got a packet just like this. It's a planer pack I use. By the way, this is Outdoor Products, lifetime warranty. You can't beat it. All you gotta do is when it breaks up, make sure the tag is still there. Take a picture of this, send it to them. They'll give you RMA number. You send this in, and then you can order from the website. But order the same kind, lifetime warranty. Same as this guy right here. Surgeons, same as the rod, lifetime warranty. Love this stuff. Okay, so I got a plano pack here. Now, okay, let's see. Let's turn this guy over here. Plano pack. This is what is my plano pack. Oh, this one's almost empty. I'm gonna fill this one up. But anyway, so we've got. I normally get 4 when I go. This is the leader here. Okay. So let's see. We're on there. We've got the main line now, right? Okay, so you're going over. I went for big game now, so you're going to go small game. So okay, let's say we're going to go small game. I normally use only egg blade, not normally. That's all I use. Egg blade, ½ ounce. That's all I use. Okay, the places I fish. If you want to get heavy, you can get 2 of these. Go 1 ounce if you want. I use it this rare though. Depends where you fish. Okay, so you go from the braid, 50-pound braid, you go through egg blade. Okay. Now from here, you get a swivel. This is a crane swivel, by the way. And crane swivel, this one here is made in Korea. It's $6 for 100. The other ones over there, like, I don't know, they're like $16 for 100. So you be careful what you buy. That's all I can tell you. They got one over there that's listed at $2 a dozen. So $2 $8. That's about 16. That's over $16, by the way. $16 versus $6. Something to think about. Anyway, so now we got the swivel, crane swivel. Okay. I do a clinch knot here. This is called a clinch knot now. You're going through the eyelet, and then you're gonna go 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around the main line. Take the loop, the tag end, go through the loop, hold it with your thumb, and pull it tight. Just make sure that this is tight here. Just make sure that this is tight. Okay. Now you're gonna small game. Normally this pack, the pack is in my pocket. Oh, by the way, a Danielson. See, Danielson used to be 550 yards. Now it's 670 yards. Phew. It's a lot. You buy fluorocarbon, I don't know. I mean, I have no small fish break this. Maybe Ninui and Kala might break it, but the moe and all the bait fish, they won't. So what I do then is, normally it's in my pocket. It's in my right around the side of my waist. This waist pack. So from my waist pack, which is on my waist, I just pull out the line, which would be like this, and it's inside, but it's in this kind of roll. Just don't fold. So I would take it out and put them in a roll like this. So then you just pull it out from here. I pull out one arm up. It's about 3 feet. Another one up 3 feet. So this is 6 feet leader, approximately. Okay. And just remember, I'm doing this standing up in the water, whatever the case may be. So now it's the same thing with the clinch knot. Okay. This is 8-pound leader now. We're gonna go small game. We're going for reef fish, moe, Kala, Ninui. It depends what places you go, but Kala, Ninui might have bigger line, but it depends on where you fish. I fish different areas, so I know where to use bigger leader. But 8-pound test never had one broke, except the Ninui and Kala would break these. Okay, so you go 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 again. Put it in your thumb, put it through the loop, hold it with the tag end with your thumb, and pull it tight. Make sure it's tight though. Can't be loose. Okay. So now we got here. Now we're gonna go to the hook. Okay. On the hook, I use the number 10. I use the number 10 BKN. Okay. Well, we got one right here. I'll take this one out. This is Yahoo, by the way. Yahoo lures. I'm gonna test it out from Matt. I'm gonna go field test them. Anyway, go back up here again. Okay, so I got my weight right up here again, right here. So now this is the hook. Again, clinch knot. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it in there. Keep it tight again. Hold the tag in, keep it tight. This is it. Number 10 BKNK, made in Korea. You can use big hooks, it's up to you, but this is what I use. And I only use normally a 2-inch grub, don't use bigger. Okay? There's only 4 colors that I use. It's the gold one. The gold one is a sand turtle or sand flea. The firecracker is a shrimp. The black is a jumping jack, and the motor oil is in dirty water. That's the only 4 that I normally use. Okay, I'm field testing Yahoos right now. Okay, so basically, if you had, I got my ones over here. There you go. There's a gold one. The difference in, you see the difference in size? I would say that this would be a 3-incher. Okay, and my normal is a 2-inch grub. Don't use these. But I'm field testing mats. Okay, just to tell you. This is what I use with number 10. The technique is to hook it right up here, right through the nose, like so. And that is it. Okay. Very simple technique, but that's what I do. Okay. So that's small game. Alright. So now let's say you're done small game. Like I said, remember, I go like 10 pops, big game, maybe 3 or 6 pops, this game here, and around, then I'm going to switch over. Okay, now let's say we're going to switch over now. We're going to switch over to the new color since I find seaweed. Okay, I don't have a seaweed here, but I wish I had one, but I don't have it. Okay, so we're going to use the same leader if the leader is still good. I normally fill it like so. If you fill in it burst, you need to replace it. So let's say replace it, same leader line. And now I use these hooks. By the way, I got these hooks over here. Number 3 to number 12, there's 500 of these hooks. There's 50 per pack. You can use, I use these different ones for different sizes of seaweed. Because the seaweed determines what hook I use. Very stiff, very good hooks though. Anyway, so now you've got the monoline here. And I'll get to show you how this is made. Actually, this is with braid. This is a clinch knot here, a surgeon's knot here, about 4 inches in leader. And now this is where you put the mono. There's one here. A clinch knot again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go through it there. Careful, and then make it tight. So that's it. So small game to seaweed. And like I said, you had the seaweed. This goes on the stem, not even a 1/4 inch from the tip. Very small little hook, very thin. It penetrates very quickly. Okay, then you wrap this around the stem, the braid. You hide the braid, and when you get to the end, which is the stem, you make a loop. 1. You make another loop. 2, and then this goes over the stem. Okay, and pull it. The stress now is right on the top of the stem. See, and the hook is by itself. I mean, with that, no, the hook is by itself. So that is with the seaweed. Okay, that was the seaweed. So let's see. Okay, well, we got the braid here, so let me show you how this is done here. So I take this out here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make the leader. So since we got braid here, we'll just use the braid that we got from here. We'll get the braid from here, from the existing line here. And this is how first I do the hook. Okay, it depends what hook you want, depends on what kind, the size of the right now I'm using a number 7. Remember, there's 50 hooks in each. If you want them, I got them in Kauai. You're welcome to call me up or message me. It's $12 for 500 hooks. Okay, this is a number 7. You see how good they are. They're well made though. Okay. So we've got braid. So you're going to go through the eyelet, like so, coming back out, and then you're going to go 5 times again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes in a loop. Make it tight. Okay. Clinch knot. You got to make sure it's tight. Okay. Then this is what I do. I get my pack here, and this is what I do. I go like so, and I cut it just about right there. That's my measurement. Okay. Then from here, I just make a loop here, like so. We go make the surgeon's knot, clinch knot, surgeon's knot, and the union knot. There's 3 knots I use. Make a loop. We go in there twice, once and twice. Hold it up, and that is your leader, and you put them in the container. See that? Very simple technique, and that's all you do. So I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 normally, and that's about. I got 12 weight, and then I'm good to go. Okay. The other thing people are saying is that they're losing a lot of egg lid. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you why I go with what I do. If you're using 8-pound mono, 10-pound mono, or 12-pound mono, even if it's 15-pound mono, you got this egg lid, either 1/2 ounce, 3/4, or 1 ounce, and you've got the mono in here. You're using mono now. Remember, main line is mono. You see, whatever, 10-pound or 15-pound, that. And this snags on a rock. Let's say it's coming in. It's gonna snag on a rock. Okay. What are the chances of you having 8-pound mono here, right? Or 10-pound mono? What's the chances of this weight not to? You can't pull it out. Put it that way. with 8-pound test, 10-pound test versus 40 or 50-pound braid. That's the difference. Okay, I'll say this again. The difference is I'm using braid. Okay, that's 50 or 40-pound braid I'm using. If you're using 10, 15 or 20-pound mono, this lid, the mono will break. But the chances of 40 or 50-pound braid to extract this weight gives you a high percentage of unraveling this weight. The technique of this is when you're retrieving and you feel a snag, the first thing you have to do is drop your rod. You can't be pulling because this is my technique is when you're pulling and you feel the rock. Normally I release it and then I pull it back up. And the reason why you do that is, and you only retrieve when the water normally comes for the most part. The reason is because the surge is pushing the weight like so. Because the surge is coming, so your weight is coming and it hits the rock. But with the pressure of the surge of that water, it actually makes this weight bounce off for the most part. And then it comes with the current. That's the technique of this. You always basically crank down and pull up when the wave is coming toward you. It's almost like a fish. When you get the fish on, you just don't keep on cranking. You know, with the rod at 12 o'clock, you crank down, stop, pull, crank down, crank, stop, pull. That's the technique of fishing. It's not just cranking. I see people just cranking all the time. You know, that's not the way. You know, crank down, stop, pull, so you know where the fish is at. Anyway, so basically you bring it in with the surge. By the way, I thought I'd share it with you, and hopefully that will help you. This is a long video, one of the longest I've made in my setup. But that is the simplest setup that I come up with, and it's extremely very productive. Like I said, out of the big fish, 53 strikes, the fish will strike between the first and the 12th cast. Incredible statistics, just incredible statistics. That's all I can tell you. It's the action of the rod and the reel, which is the lure, and the lure is coming on top of the water. It's a crank and pop. Whenever you're cranking, you pop in the rod. Simple as that. Very simple technique. For the big fish or the small fish, it's between 3 and 6 casts in an area. Okay, but you gotta fish in the good zone, so you gotta know where the good zones are. Watch my videos; they tell you where the good zones are. I mean, 3 to 6 casts, maybe 10. If they're not there, you're gonna have to switch over. Maybe a different lure, or you know, small game to big game or seaweed. But that is why I become productive, because that's how I fish. It's not going popping for 1 hour, just popping. You know why? Because the big fish is rare. I'll tell you that right now. The big fish is rare. I've spent a lot of time and research of this big fish. That's why a lot of people don't fish here. They go to Christmas Island or go someplace else. By the way, I thought I'd share it with you again. Sorry, on my equipment here. Again, WWJ, Whipping with Joe. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and hopefully you'll learn a lot from my videos here. Aloha, oi. By the way, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for donating for my site. Thank you for purchasing the stuff that I sell. You know, rod, reels, lures, everything. And of course, showing me your catches and say, man, yeah, my technique works. You know, but hey, just try it. If it doesn't work, then try something else. But it has been very productive, so I thought I'd share that with you. Again, WWJ, Whipping with Joe. Aloha. Mahalos.